Okay, what's up, boxing fans? There has been a big debate out there in the heavyweight division. Mike Tyson in his prime, and I'm not talking about a Mike Tyson that had fought Holyfield. I'm talking about an 18-year-old, 19-year-old Tyson versus Deontay Wilder. Now, I think everybody from this era will pretty much agree the biggest power hitter right now is probably Deontay Wilder. What do I personally think on who would really win that? I don't think you can say, well, he'll win it, blah, blah, blah. You've got to look at really their styles, accuracy, their punches. There's a lot of things I personally believe that comes into an effect. Tyson, everybody's like, he's got an issue with taller guys. What? Frank Bruno was like 6'4", 6'5". Some of these bigger guys, he absolutely demolished them. So I think for me, I've got to look at what do they do best and what do they do wrong. If I'm going to look at Tyson, what at his best, and I'm talking the best Mike Tyson you could possibly have on any given day, what would be the one thing I think Tyson would have an issue with? Nothing other than maybe if you'd done it on a 15-20 round fight. Tyson being shorter, I think actually will give him an advantage because once he gets closer, if he closes that distance, Deontay's going to have a lot of problems with him. And the one thing that I think you've got to have to beat a Tyson is an extremely stiff jab. Deontay does not have that. If you look at one guy that actually probably gave him some difficulties in his prime, and it was James Quick Tillis. Now, Tillis was a hell of a boxer for a heavyweight. Good quick hand speed, good jab. Quite frankly, I think Tillis was probably a better boxer than Wilder. And he took some of Tyson's shots on the chin, and I wouldn't say he was unfazed, but I mean he was hurt. But the difference was, I think, that era of boxers was in some level better. You had guys like Mitch Green, blah, 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 so forth, so on. But Wilder, what would I say he does wrong? Well, he does a lot of things wrong, for my money. If he hits you with that right hand, I would probably say after a couple right hands, he might get Tyson out there. But here's the deal. Tyson is notorious. What he does best ain't knocking people out. What he does best is slipping punches. I seen a fight a while back of when he was in his prime. He stood right there in front of the guy and slipped, I think it was like 10, 12 punches. And I think it was against Mitch Green. Mitch Green was faster than Wilder. I don't know if Mitch was as good as Wilder. I mean, I'm not going to argue that one, but it was a fact he slipped that many punches. Wilder went around saying he could knock Mike Tyson out in his prime. I don't see that. Because everything that Wilder does wrong is tailor-made for a fighter like Tyson to capitalize on. He don't have much of guard. He has no footwork. He stands there in front of you. I mean, where can you say Tyson could get knocked out by him or not be able to beat him? Tyson's quicker. He's an all-around better boxer. He can take a punch. We've seen that. Even the older Tyson could take a punch. Wilder can take a punch. So when I look at it, I'm going to probably go with Tyson because there's too many things that Wilder does wrong that I feel Tyson is going to capitalize on. And the difference is, if you look at the guys that hurt Wilder, wobbled him, Ortiz hurt him, Fury hurt him, not one of these guys is on the same level as what a prime Mike Tyson was. And the difference is, and I'm a Fury man all the way, that's just me, but Tyson is not going to fight you at a distance. He's going to close the distance, and he's going to get in there. And when he gets in there, he's going to start going to body uppercut, where he's going to hook you. Now, when doing that, the question's going to be whether or not Wilder can withstand that kind of explosive abuse. Tyson, when he goes on the attack, he sees you're hurt. He's not going to throw that little itty-bitty jab. He's going to get in there and he's going to hurt you. From the moment that bell rings to the moment Wilder or himself will be knocked off their feet, he's going to throw everything he's got into knocking Wilder out. And quite frankly, I think it would be a complete mismatch. I don't think Wilder can get past 4 rounds with him. If a guy like Ortiz can hurt Wilder early on, what in the hell does he think a prime Mike Tyson would do to him? A guy that is notorious for being a tough SOB, a guy that gets out there, goes to work, and he knows how to box. And at one time, he probably had arguably one of the best heavyweight trainers in the sport. And if you start looking at Tyson's style, to me, I don't think Wilder, Fury, or Ortiz at their best could pull off beating Tyson. That sounds prejudiced, but hey, I'm stating facts. I'm looking at what Tyson accomplished in his prime. And he has accomplished and showed more skills in less fights than what Wilder has in 40-some fights. And the reasoning for that was Tyson honestly came from a rougher style neighborhood, and he was more hungry. I mean, you got to remember this. Tyson came from nothing, and he was more hungry. And you take a guy like Tyson, and you said, hey, you can be world champion. Well, that kid done everything he could to get to the top. He could not sustain it like Wilder did. But my money, I'm going to go with Mike Tyson just because I think he's on a different level. He's got everything Wilder's got. The power, plus he's got the skill set to use it. So yeah, Mike Tyson all the way. I don't really honestly care that you got a lot of people saying, well, oh, he's this, he's that. Honestly, I think Wilder is probably arguably one of the worst damn heavyweights out there. If Ortiz would have done certain things different, Ortiz would be the heavyweight champion of the world. Honestly, I think Andy Ruiz can put Wilder on his ass. And here's the deal. I like Wilder. I think he's the hardest hitter out there. But I think he needs to go back to the drawing board and learn the basic skills of boxing. If he can get a good jab down, decent footwork, and he's already got the power, the man could be arguably the best heavyweight of this century. But he will not do it. So that's where I set Fury ahead of him, and I set Mike Tyson beating him. Thank you guys for watching.